All right, everybody. We are here. We have got our wonderful game ready for you guys, and I have
Honk.
the pleasure of introducing Alley Cat. For
Howdy.
you.
Howdy. I'm Alley Cat. This is Nika Sar. We're going to be doing Untitled Goose Game. Well, I'm going to be doing Untitled Goose Game. He's just going to be hanging around for the ride. And I think we might as well get started straight away. So I'll count us in. Time
Yeah,
starts
go right
in
ahead.
3, 2, 1. Honk.
Honk, honk, honk,
Honk,
honk,
honk, honk, honk,
honk,
honk. Honk, honk,
honk.
honk. Okay. So our category is any percent glitchless. First thing we're gonna do is attempt not a glitch.
Definitely not a glitch. You just sort of squeeze your way.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
That wasn't what we wanted.
No.
So normally you want to just squeeze your way just straight out, but we don't consider that a glitch. The goose is just squeezing through a gap. Okay. So tell us about how this game's played.
Well, probably the best way to characterize this is it's a comic stealth game. You've got a bunch of little tasks that you have to do. As the horrible goose that's making life inconvenient for people in this sleepy English village. So mysteriously, every area you're in has a set of little things you're. Oh,
This guy.
oh,
This guy.
oh.
You know who's horrible? Not me. Them. There we go. That's better.
Oh, poor guy. So we're going to see that crossed off soon. We've already gotten the groundskeeper wet and gotten into the garden, but now we've I think the sun hat's going to come first, right? Any minute now.
Yeah.
By stealing his hat, you force him to wear his other hat, which is a task. There we go. And now we have put the rake in the lake.
Woohoo! Rake in the lake.
And so once you've achieved all but one of the default tasks in an area, a new item turns up. So usually this is because whoever's in there has had enough of the goose ruining their day and is going to put up a big sign, no geese.
No geese.
Not allowed.
They just have these signs lying around,
Yeah,
by the way.
just ready to deploy. And that in turn lets you mess them up and offers a way to access a new area. So we're, in a straightforward sense, we are in some sense done with the garden, but it's quick because of the speed run. It's quicker to actually use the gardener and his trowel in the next area. This isn't necessary, it's just a way to save time. Meanwhile, we see the boy chased into the phone box. Like, generally speaking, a lot of the fun in Goose Game comes from like being able to see the characters often as a bit petty or like somehow deserving of like the nonsense the goose does to them. But the little boy has none of that. He's completely blameless. His day is just ruined by like an aggressive bird.
Yep. Honk, 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 honk. Oh,
Ooh.
that's a slow cycle. They heard me when I was chasing the boy. And they also didn't see me. So one of the interesting things about this game is that a lot of it is dependent on management of the villagers. What they care about while you try and achieve your tasks, and how you can position them to best achieve your goals.
Okay, there you go. Got the broom. Oh. So, for instance, the shopkeeper mostly doesn't care about the goose unless either you are in the shop, at which point you're getting chased out with a broom, or if you've grabbed something that belongs in the shop, at which point her priority is to chase and grab it back from the goose. So this means that Alley Cat has now managed to trap her in the garage very quickly. She was going to pick the chalk up to draw a no goose sign, but because she saw the goose holding the viewfinder, she realised that was more important to her in that moment. So she dropped the chalk, ran inside, and got the door closed on her.
Now we're heading up to our third zone, and while, the first zone only had one NPC and the second zone had, maybe one or two that you manipulate at once, third zone is where we start trying to manage a few more ones, or like where we actually care about managing them a little more. So here is, we call him Roger. They don't have official names, but you do need names to yell at people sometimes. So call this guy Roger. He is canonically he's called the tidy neighbor because he cares about keeping his stuff very orderly. Whereas Tina, on the other side, is the messy neighbour.
So, fortunately for us, that gap behind the table and the chair is too narrow for him to run around, but he doesn't realise that, so he'll try and head you off on the top side, and then immediately get thwarted as soon as you go through the other side. Running away with someone's stuff is not always that easy, as we'll see in some later bits. So that viewfinder we brought over from the previous area, once again, that's just to speed things up a bit.
Okay.
You can get something to put on the eyes inside this zone.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I have... Yep.
Got a bit impatient there?
She was not facing the correct direction. I thought I'd hedge my bets and it
fair
didn't
enough.
pay off. So these characters are not going to be in the... So, one of the interesting things is some of the cycles... What? Lady, please. This is very bad.
Oh boy, that's not great at all.
These are the kind of things, so small errors
can cascade.
can add up significantly. I actually want the pipe.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
Okay.
she's just going to
See
sit
if
there
I
and
can
sulk.
bonk her out of this thought. I could have maybe gotten dressed up, but okay, pipe. Pipe, very important, lady. She knows about the...
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, if she comes down the wrong path of the garden, she will see where I hid the duck statue.
Okay,
Yeah,
she's going up. She's
Okay.
going up higher. She's thinking about the ribbon, so I think you're good.
I think I'm good. Fortunately, I'm not going to try... Sometimes you can try and speed things up. This occasion, I'm just going to wait.
Alright. So we've only got one task left to do before we're ready to leave
I'm
this
trying to-
area.
This is...
Huh, that's a bit weird.
Normally when I... Like, because I wanted to tap the tree, I
Yeah.
was trying to... So she didn't notice the tree was... I'll get her to run down here and then notice the tree. So we're quite off cycle now. Oh, maybe I could have
Okay.
just let her walk over.
Well, she's going to start trimming the hedge now.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not great.
Well, we'll see. So, there are... Yeah, so breaking the vase is the last thing that... Oh no, I forgot about the shoes, but you... Like, that's a... When you've coordinated, that's easy. A lot trickier than it looks to actually just set it up so that he's conveniently got his shoe there for you to grab. So now we've hit the next task, and Roger's gonna remove this little sort of headboard from the planter, and now that's reasonable timing there.
Oh, I'm too
Oh, I
early.
think it's too early.
Oh god, no.
Well...
Oh, no, I'm good.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, that's
good.
just
I'm not
like
good.
make someone trim the
Oh
rose.
my god.
I'm not quite sure why you went so early there.
I was anxious. It's fine.
Oh. Well, it's not too bad a time loss at least.
That's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
I've never done that too early because I'm always conservative. I didn't actually know how much of a time loss it would be.
There we go.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Also, because I think on Switch it just keeps going more in the background than in this, where it just deloads it immediately on PC.
Maybe. Anyway, so that reset was done to try and set things up for the bell return, so it's not necessary at all, but it does have if
Yeah, Tina was in a terrible spot.
So if Alicat can set this up to manipulate NPC
maybe.
positions,
I might have gotten
for
away
later,
with
what we want to do, ideally, is have that bottom fence open, and for Tina to stay in the top part of her garden so she doesn't notice the open fence and close it. Because this means when the bell return happens, it's possible to just run straight through the front half, the bottom half of the gardens without encountering either of the NPCs. It's both a stress saver and a time saver. We'll see whether it works.
I mean, the time saver part this time, not so much, but the stress saver.
Only one shoelace undone on Vinny's side. but
Yes,
probably...
that is desirable.
Oh,
only
because you don't
one.
want to keep him in
I
place
don't
too
wanna
long.
keep-
Yeah. So the pub is easily the most complicated area. It's got the large sort of multi-character situation like the high street, but it's also got the more complicated tasks and NPC priorities that you have in the back gardens. Got one mildly risky thing here. So that pint glass is quite brittle, and if it breaks before you can drop it in the canal, you just have to go and get another. There we go. Nice. There are also some like rocky bits right next to the water that if you're just a slight bit off, it'll hit them immediately before the water. That will be a bad time.
Behind. That's great.
Oh, okay, he's not in dartboard.
He's not in dartboard. Found his stall sometimes.
Oh, you have been seen.
Sometimes he can't find the stall, so his cycle's really different.
Just need to buy some time here to fill up the sink so that the toy boat can be acquired. I think
I'm
you.
gonna have problems.
It'll be tight. Takes
She's gonna see
forever for
me,
this
so
to be
I'm gonna
ready.
go.
No, she's still
She's...
searching over there. So I think you're alright, actually.
I could have actually done it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go.
Toy boat quite cheekily. Most objectives are just like instant completion. The toy boat you got to hold it for about a full second before you
It's like
actually
steal
get
the
awarded
groundskeeper's
the
keys as well.
yeah.
So I did try and delay the old man. I delayed him a little too much, but that's better than missing this cycle completely.
So aiming to get the dartboard broken. Then once that happens, we'll have a fresh task. Excellent. All right. So shoo, go away, Goose. So we're gonna get a sign put up now.
Bump her out of that
A
animation
bit
as well.
tricky that you've got Box Girl right.
That's all fine.
Oh, actually
It's
no,
all
because
fine.
yeah, she won't get in your way.
So she walks in the high part of the path, and as
Oh,
long
yeah.
as I lead Vinny low, we're good.
Yep, excellent.
He's like, "Where's the goose?" Because I just ducked behind the gate.
Now he's gonna see that. Oh no, that tomato's not in the box. Oh good, you don't get seen entering the pub. That's
Good.
perfect.
Yeah,
Nice
very
tail
good.
end to this.
Yes, that's at least makes up for the bad back gardens.
Creating a bit of mess inside the pub to try and manipulate NPCs for the bell return here as well. Need to make sure that Vinny can't see. It's critical that he opens up that bin.
And
once
that's
it's
what's
open,
gonna unlock our next area.
yeah. That's a very clean exit too.
There we go. Okay.
Gate open for the bell return. Beautiful.
Excellent.
Alright, so a tiny little interlude here, going into the model village.
All these places that we've already explored.
That
You
goose
might
just sort of
recognise
lever
them.
itself over that plant with its
Also
neck.
not a glitch, allowed in 80% glitchless.
An exploit.
An exploit. I mean, it's barely even that.
It's less egregious than the gate, I'll say that.
The gate only looks weird. Like when you get it wrong. Okay, so I'm grabbing this thing. On.
Make sure your headphones are not too loud because we're going to have a good 90 seconds of ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling-ling. There we go.
Excellent.
Honk, 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 honk.
So the peaceful water serenity just had to get disrupted.
Honk, 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 honk.
So, now all the NPCs will be given fresh priorities, where in principle, they'll be waiting around trying to find the goose,
Uh-oh.
and all of them are willing to aggro and grab the bell. Fortunately, they oh, that's actually a really clean escape.
I shouldn't have bumped Box Girl. I could have gotten a completely clean one. But it is a little bit hard when she's next to the tree there. You have to get her
Yeah.
attention in advance, and sometimes the other NPC positions can make that a bit perilous.
Alright, I think
We
you're good,
have-
you're good. Okay, so no news is good news for this one. It was entirely possible that in that time that we were off in the pub and stealing the bell, that Tina might have just noticed her thing. So things are still happening off screen with the NPCs, mostly.
Some of the areas get unloaded, like, we used to not do a reset in this, and it would be possible for Willy, for example, to be...
Still doing weird things.
Yeah. Or like, if he had been doing his thing through the whole time that we'd been playing,
Yeah.
he should have like been able to get his trail back, for example, and all
Yeah.
that. But
And sometimes, some runs you would see him just still walking back from the high street.
yeah.
Oh wow, that's a persistence from the TV shop owner. I'm not used to seeing that.
Oh no, they usually catch up.
Uh,
I didn't do any bell drops, so. And
Alright.
now, final stand.
Yep. So now you can just take advantage of some NPC pathfinding weirdness where they're just not that good at getting around their own garden beds. And I think you probably don't need any more bell drops. I think that's just a clean exit now.
Yep, we're out.
Easy.
So time is coming up soon.
Once the
20
bell
seconds.
hits the bottom of the pit,
Yeah.
you've gotten away with it.
Yes. We have stolen the shiny golden bell. And home. And time. Hooray!
Well done.
Well, GG. just like that.
Whew. We did our best to make it a scuffed run, but
I think you mostly avoided it. The
gardens
premature
was-
reset was the only genuine disaster.
oh, it was not a good gardens, and then I had that. But yeah, that's Goose Game. That's any percent glitchless. It's a pretty straightforward run, but it is one that's fun to master because, as you did see, I did have to do a few backups there, where it was just knowing when you need to invest the time in a backup or just wait it out makes it kind of dynamic, especially in marathon when you're not just resetting.
And there's a lot of stuff going on with the NPC logic there, with little things that don't actually look like anything deliberate's being done. But once you pick up the controller and actually start to do that without the knowledge that the runners have, it's very apparent that there are systems there that you need to work within.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you Speed Docs for having us on Speed Ducks. We really love bird games, so it was really fun to be able to contribute a couple of bird games to this one. And
Yeah, great to have you guys.
Yes. So you can find me at twitch.tv/alleycat. Nico's at twitch.tv/hc_Nicosar. And yeah, I think we're doing pretty great on raising funds for Kits PC, so keep that rolling.
Yeah. With that, don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to have a quick intermission, and then we'll return with some Super Mario 64.